Chapter 5th of the book ऐसे बनते हैं R.A.S. Topper. What is it about you that makes you want to become an R.A.S? Although it is a significant decision that you have chosen to become an R.A.S, now that you have made this determination, you are warmly welcomed into this toughest competition of the state. I extend my heartfelt wishes to you and pray to God that He keeps your self-confidence, endurance, patience and enthusiasm intact for a long time, as all these qualities are essential for anyone preparing for the R.A.S. exam. This is not an ordinary contest, it is a battle where the best minds of the state clash. I would like to shed light on how you can become an R.A.S. officer, but first I want to ask you what special qualities you possess that made you feel you could become an R.A.S. officer. This question is simple, yet its significance is unimaginable and very profound. The answer to this question holds the key to whether you will be able to become an R.A.S. or not. Why do you want to become an R.A.S? What is the reason or factor that has attracted you to the R.A.S? Because this why determines your success. Viktor Frankl writes in his best-selling book, Man's Search for Meaning, that those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow. He suggests that many people have the means to live but lack the meaning to live for. This applies to many candidates preparing for the R.A.S. They decide they want to become an R.A.S, but they are not clear about why they want to become one. I mention this because I have asked this question to many candidates and learned their responses. Some key answers are as follows. Number 1, I am smart in studying, therefore I think I can become an R.A.S. Number 2, my parents want this. My relatives want this. Number 3, I am hardworking. Number 4, I am quick at memorizing. I can memorize anything. Number 5, my teachers say that I can become an R.A.S. Number 6, I have been a topper throughout, so I can become an R.A.S. Number 7, I have a very good memory, so I can definitely become an R.A.S. Number 8, I have been determined for a long time that I will become an R.A.S. Number 9, I am honest and I will work with integrity. Number 10, I come from a rural background and I understand rural people better. Friends, I often receive similar responses. However, not just my opinion, but also other successful candidates believe that the above answers are not satisfactory. I often clearly state that you should reconsider your why. The answer you provided is not capable of leading you to your destination. I say this because none of the qualities mentioned above can make you an R.A.S. You must be wondering that these are indeed the reasons that attract one towards administrative services and motivate preparation. However, you will see further that this is not the case. Consider the following. I had a friend who was quite smart. When I became an R.A.S, he said that if I could become one, then so could he, and he decided to pursue it as well. Not only did he think about it, but he also quickly filled out the application form. He was fond of partying too. Along with preparing for the R.A.S, this hobby continued unabated. He was also quite social. He passed the preliminary examination but could not clear the main exam. This pattern continued in the next two examinations as well. Another friend jumped into this great battle saying that he could study for 15 to 16 hours a day and that nothing could stop him from becoming an R.A.S. This friend was articulate and talkative. He would declare every day that he was on his way to becoming an R.A.S. He believed that since he studied so much daily, there was no reason he wouldn't get selected. He was very confident about his 15 to 16 hours of study, thinking that nothing could prevent him from becoming an RS. He would read multiple types of notes and books on the same topic. In other words, for a topic that should take 2 hours to prepare, he would spend 10 hours. He studied from many sources but focused solely on the quantity of study time, completely ignoring the quality of preparation. This friend did not pass the preliminary exam on his first attempt. By the time the second attempt came around, his courage had diminished. He barely managed to pass the preliminary exam but failed to clear the main exam, ultimately separating himself from this struggle forever. There are many such examples, but these two are sufficient to understand the subject matter. These stories are cited so that you can accurately assess what kind of traveler you are on this path to becoming an RS before embarking on this long journey or before you conclude it if you have already started. This evaluation will introduce you to your reality, presenting the actual situation before you and making you more aware and grounded, which will be beneficial overall. Many students do not have a proper command of any language. Even the language they do know is often incorrect. They may have passed their undergraduate exams, but they have little knowledge of any subject. They do not even know what the scheme of RS exam is. Such students also decide that they will become an RS. The special thing is that by getting trapped in this vicious circle of RS exam, they waste 4 to 5 precious years of their lives. Proficiency for RAS. I have guided many individuals for RS so far. It doesn't matter how many of them were actually capable of becoming RS. What matters is how many made themselves capable. It is a widely accepted belief that one is not inherently capable. Rather, one must become capable. You need to make yourself worthy of becoming an RAS. This is a skill that can be learned. Those who manage to make themselves fit for it succeed. Those who are eager and striving to make themselves capable, regardless of whether they are second division or third division students, ultimately succeed. Conversely, first division students who do not internalize this skill often fail. The process of developing and assimilating this capability is long and complex, but it is possible. This is why the percentage of those acquiring this capability is very low. In the 2018 RS exam, there were 75 posts available and about 3,75,000 candidates appeared for the preliminary exam. This means that only one candidate out of every 5,000 will become an RS. This easily illustrates why it is essential to make yourself capable for RS and how capable you need to become. You must gather at least this much capacity to be selected as an RS. There is no alternative. To make yourself fit for it, you need to continuously work on multiple fronts. You need to gather study materials, study regularly, practice writing, improve your handwriting, increase your writing speed, read newspapers and magazines, develop your personality, master verbal communication, train your mind at both synthesis and analytical levels, and enhance your written communication skills. Just like a war is fought on many fronts, your preparation should also consider these various aspects. Only then can you acquire the skills and proficiency necessary to become an RAS. I advise all candidates that if they wish to enter the service, they should study newspapers regularly. Read at least 2 local newspapers and at least 1 national newspaper continuously. While studying, keep taking notes on important topics that come up. Initially, everyone assures that they will do this, but most candidates abandon this regularity after a few days or months. Missing even a single day of reading the newspaper can be very detrimental to you. Henry David Thoreau also said, "Success comes to those who are busy looking for it. Many candidates read several newspapers for 3 to 4 hours daily. However, they merely read the newspapers without contemplating the news from different perspectives. These candidates spend excessive time only on newspapers. When asked, they cannot name even 5 important topics because they read bits and pieces from various papers and do not reflect on the topics they have read. There is a saying in Rajasthani, Pachat Kheti Gokat Vidya, meaning that hard work yields good farming and thinking and reflecting lead to good knowledge. Such candidates cannot read anything thoroughly or deeply. Their study is superficial. This attitude applies not just to newspapers but also to other study materials. They ask, how should we prepare? The method is explained to them and strategies are clarified. These candidates study according to the advised strategy for some time but gradually revert to their old habits. They fall back to square one. They cannot maintain continuous effort. Their motivation begins to decline after a few months. Their patience starts to wane. Their hopes weaken. Their resolve falters. This is not just the case for one or two candidates. Rather, most candidates find themselves in a similar situation. Only a few among thousands do not fall into this pattern. Wilhelm Röntgen, the discoverer of X-rays and the first recipient of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901, emphasized hard work for success when he said, great discoveries are made accidentally less often than the populace likes to think. He believed that great successes are less likely to occur by chance and more likely to come from continuous hard work. James Peebles, the cosmologist who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2019, discovered that 95% of the universe consists of invisible dark matter and dark energy. He also stated that if you want to succeed, do not be sloppy, remain focused. Candidates aspiring to become RAS who diligently work hard without negligence undoubtedly achieve success. Currently, it has been observed that preparing for RAS has become more of a trend than a serious pursuit. When asked what they are doing these days, many proudly say they are preparing for RAS. In reality, most people are merely passing time under the guise of preparation because they do not even know what the exam scheme is or how to prepare for it. Even if they are told, they tend to follow their whims. Friends, my advice to you is that when you think, what is it about me that will allow me to become an RS, you should deeply and attentively search within yourself for that what and understand how much you can adapt yourself to match it. Your talent and abilities may indeed surpass those required for RAS. However, keep in mind that where a needle is needed, a sword is of no use. रही मन देखी बड़ेन को लगून दीजिए डारी, जहां काम आवे सुई कहा करे तरवारी. This statement made by Abdul Rahim Khan Khana, one of Akbar's 9 gems, around 400 years ago, remains extremely relevant today. Therefore, you must conduct a proper self-assessment. How to become capable for RAS? When you contemplate what it is about you that might allow you to become an RAS, you should search within yourself for how much you can adapt to meet that criterion. First and foremost, you need to clearly identify the factors that inspire and influence you to enter this service. To what extent do you want to acquire these factors? My point is that you need to conduct a 360-degree self-analysis of why you want to join this service. Are you prepared to pay the price in terms of hard work, patience, self-motivation, continuity, and perseverance? Deciding to sit for the RAS exam is a matter that requires considerable thought. Making a decision about this exam without thorough contemplation and reflection can prove to be very detrimental. This exam tests multiple dimensions of a candidate. It is crucial for any aspirant of this competitive exam to deeply consider all their strengths and weaknesses. In this struggle, the advice of the great Sanskrit poet Bharvi is particularly relevant. Without deliberation, one should never act hastily. Lack of thought is the root of all calamities. Those who act after careful consideration will have their desires fulfilled. From Kirata Arjuniye, 2nd Canto 30. In other words, one should never act impulsively without thought. Thoughtless actions are the source of all misfortunes. Those who act thoughtfully see their wishes come true. It is rightly said in Hindi poetry, without thinking, whoever acts later regrets. They spoil their work and become a laughing stock in the world. Once you have carefully considered and decided that you want to become an R.A.S, it is essential to develop mental resilience and the ability to stick to your decision. You can be completely assured that you will achieve what you desire. Paulo Coelho, the author of The Alchemist, has inscribed a very impactful thought in his book. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. The Bhagavad Gita, Mahatma Buddha, Mahatma Gandhi, and others have conveyed the same message. You become what you think. Swami Vivekananda said, take a single idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let your brain, muscles, nerves, and every part of the body be full of that idea. Leave all other ideas alone. This is the way to succeed, and this approach has led to the emergence of great religious leaders. The legendary actor Raj Kapoor, while receiving the Dada Saheb Phalke Award, spoke about the success of his films. I think films, I eat films, I drink films, I dream films. When a person is so focused and immersed and dedicated to a task, who can stop them from being successful and excellent? Therefore, like a crane, always determining your goals and objectives, keep your eyes fixed on them until you achieve them. Aspirants preparing for R.A.S often get caught in two thoughts. One is what the candidate wants, and the other is what the R.A.S exam wants. The R.A.S exam doesn't care at all about what you want. It only knows what it wants. You must align yourself according to what the R.A.S exam seeks, not according to your desires. The R.A.S exam has a specific format, a scheme, a purpose, and a plan that each candidate must adapt to. Those who confront this do not succeed. What does the R.A.S exam expect? The R.A.S exam expects each candidate to, number one, have a solid mindset. Once you make a decision, pursue it with mental resilience and do not be discouraged by minor obstacles. Number two, avoid procrastination. Complete the task related to your goal on time, regardless of the circumstances. Number three, move forward positively. Do not allow weeds to grow in your mind. Negative thoughts are extremely harmful and destructive. They obstruct your goals. Number four, make R.A.S preparation your top priority. Preparing for R.A.S should take precedence in your daily routine. Everything else should be secondary, even if compromises are needed. Number 5. Prepare for R.A.S with proactivity and alertness. Your mental strength releases energy through all four channels, means physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. You feel physically fit and mentally happy when you study actively with positivity. Your positive thinking begins to flourish and you emotionally connect deeply with your goals, motivating you to keep doing something continuously. When these three energies collaborate, they create a fourth energy, that is spiritual energy. This energy gives you a pleasant feeling and creates circumstances that assist you in achieving your goals. Number 6, internal need. This is a very important fact. To succeed in this state level competition, merely having the external appearance of wanting to become an R.A.S. is not enough. You must have an internal restlessness. Your motivating factor must be internal. This is the element that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, one of India's most beloved presidents, spoke about. Dreams are not what you see in your sleep. Dreams are those that do not let you sleep. Your internal thirst should be such that you are willing to go to any lengths to quench it. The R.A.S. exam also expects this kind of thirst. In the film Om Shanti Om, Shah Rukh Khan says, I have tried so hard to get you that every particle conspired to bring me to you. If you desire to become an R.A.S. with such intensity, every particle will conspire to help you succeed. And I hope you do just that. Number 7. Interest and dedication to studying. No one knows better than you whether you enjoy studying or not. If studying doesn't give you joy, then you are not suited for the R.A.S. exam. The famous Russian author Maxim Gorky said, when work is enjoyable, life becomes happy. When work is a burden, life becomes slavery. Dr. Donna Strickland, who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2018 for her research on lasers, emphasizes that if you want to succeed in life, you should love your work. Do what you love, do what you like, and work hard. Having an interest in studying does not mean you have to become a ghost and cram for 15 hours straight. I emphasize that it is important to enjoy your study time. The R.A.S. exam primarily involves reading, writing what you have read, and effectively speaking about what you have learned. I can confidently say that merely reading a lot is not sufficient for R.A.S. exam. What matters is how well you comprehend and retain what you have read. You must understand the subject from a fundamental level with a 360-degree perspective. Many people claim that before becoming an R.A.S., one must study like a ghost. This is sheer nonsense and leads candidates astray. However, candidates need to have a certain level of general knowledge to succeed in this exam. Once this level is achieved, the candidate's perspective and presentation of acquired general knowledge become significant. Number 8. Mental capacity. The R.A.S. competitive exam is essentially a test of mental capacity. In this grand contest, talented minds from within and outside the state collide and achieve success according to their abilities. Therefore, it is evident that a candidate must possess a certain level of mental capacity. It may not be present currently, but there must be a strong will and courage to enhance it through hard work. By mental capacity, I mean number 1, the ability to understand the subject. Number 2, the capacity to think about a topic. Number 3, the ability to comprehend a topic and explain it to others. Number 4, a decent command of knowledge allowing you to write and speak correctly. Number 5, a reasonable memory, not exceptionally good but certainly not very poor. And number 6, a basic ability to analyze and synthesize the subject matter. Number 9, availability of external help. We know well that this exam is complex and lengthy. Therefore, external assistance and support are necessary for this exam. This is especially crucial for girls. Although this external support is not mandatory, it can directly or indirectly contribute to success if available. This support can come in various forms. Number 1, support and cooperation from family members. Number 2, Assistance and guidance from college professors and teachers. Number 3, guidance from previously successful candidates in the RS exam, along with notes and other resources. Number 4, support from your boss if you are employed. Number 5, coaching facilities if needed. And number 6, support from friends for encouragement, entertainment, discussions on subjects and relaxation. Number 10, increase your value. The great cricketer Mahendra Singh Dhoni says the world respects those who make themselves valuable, not those who give up at the slightest trouble. If you also want to become an RS, you will undoubtedly need to increase your value to such an extent that you can pay the necessary price for becoming an RS, which includes hard work, courage, patience, determination, honesty, enthusiasm, willpower, motivation, excellent writing style, and superior expression. You can enhance your value by adopting these qualities and making them an integral part of your character. A person once approached Guru Nanak Dev and asked him to explain the value of life. The founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak Dev, handed the person a priceless red ruby and told him to go to the market and get it appraised, but not to sell it. The person took the ruby to an orange seller who looked at the ruby and said, "Your stone is very shiny. I will give you a dozen oranges for it." The person replied, "No, my guru told me not to sell the ruby." He then went to a vegetable vendor who, seeing the ruby's sign, offered him a sack of potatoes in exchange. Again, he refused, adhering to his guru's command. Next, he went to a goldsmith who offered him 50 lakh rupees for the ruby. The person declined, and the goldsmith even offered up to 2 crore rupees, but the person still refused. Finally, he reached a jeweler, especially in diamonds. The diamond jeweler was astonished upon seeing the ruby and asked where he had obtained it. The person said it was not the time to explain. He wanted to know its value. The jeweler replied that the ruby was priceless and the worth more than the entire universe. He rushed back to Guru Nanak Dev and recounted his experience, asking, "Guru, what is the value of human life?" Nanak Dev replied, "The value of your life is in your hands. It depends on your thoughts and perspective. You can sell it for the price of a dozen oranges, a sack of potatoes, or 2 crore rupees, or you can make it invaluable. It depends on you and your actions. You can increase it as much as you want." Humans are an inexhaustible reservoir of immense powers and possibilities. We must recognize and harness these powers and capabilities to acquire and enhance the qualities and knowledge required for RS exam. You can increase your value for the RS exam through hard work in studying, developing writing skills, refining your speaking style, and personal development. This is also a demand for the service. There is no shortcut to it. Proper time management is also an excellent way to increase your value. Charles Darwin rightly said, "The person who dares to waste an hour of time has not discovered the value of life." The great physicist Albert Einstein of the 20th century also said, "Try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value." A valuable person can become successful. The candidate who makes the right effort at the right time, with the right study material in the right quantity, can seize success in this exam. The great Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, based on his experiences, that a person's worth is measured by their values. To become an RS, a certain level of knowledge is essential. This knowledge is acquired through study, discussions with others, listening to motivational talks, reading and hearing interviews of successful candidates, etc. With the acquisition of knowledge, a person's value increases. Presenting this knowledge in an excellent writing style within a specified time frame is also an art. Mastering this skill increases the candidate's value. The art of speaking is also crucial for the R.A.S. interview and is often referred to as the magic of the tongue. In the main exam, the presentation of knowledge depends on the magic of the pen. If your writing style is excellent, you are a magician with the pen. In the oral exam, the expression of knowledge and personality relies on the magic of speech. If you excel in the art of speaking, you can score well in the interview using your verbal skills. In this way, candidates can develop and refine their mental skills, writing skills, and speaking skills to take control of their success in this exam. The great Greek philosopher Socrates said, one should value not just life but a good life. That is why Gandhi said, learn as if you were to live forever. The R.A.S. exam is more like wrestling than dance. In this wrestling match, those with superior mental skills, writing skills, and speaking skills will succeed, while those who are weak in these areas will see success slip away from their grasp. Former US President Abraham Lincoln rightly said, for the person who has the desire to do something, nothing in this world is impossible. This statement is reinforced by Swami Vivekananda and the Vedic assertion that man is potentially divine. All humans are children of God. Since man is a part of God, he is a reservoir of infinite powers and possibilities. Therefore, he can achieve anything. To do so, he must utilize the necessary tools and resources, paving the way to victory through intellect and strength. It may be difficult, but it is entirely possible. A person can also increase their value by exercising control over themselves. Over 2500 years ago, Gautam Buddha proclaimed that a person can be their own greatest protector. Who else can protect them? If you have complete control over yourself, you will possess a capability that very few people achieve. Strive to have full control over yourself. Controlling your senses is critically important. Mastery over your five sensory organs, five motor organs, and mind is essential for success. The Rig Veda states that our mind is an inexhaustible reservoir of knowledge. The power of the mind is described as limitless. The mind is the motivator of human beings and its movement is unfathomable. With the help of intellect, one can control the mind and the 10 other senses, directing these senses towards personal well-being. The Rig Veda states that if there is a harmony between the intellect and the mind, then no matter how high the goal, it can be achieved. Purity of mind and the singular focus of intellect lead to the attainment of set goals. The mind's role is to convey the knowledge acquired through the senses to the intellect. When the mind and intellect are in harmony, tasks are accomplished beautifully. By sharpening the intellect and purifying the mind, one can enhance their capabilities, which are conducive to success. Each candidate for the R.A.S. exam can plant the seed of courage within themselves and nurture that seed to a strong plant. Courage is a precious quality of character. Nobel Prize winner Winston Churchill stated that courage is paramount among human virtues because it guarantees all other virtues. The great English writer William Shakespeare wrote, our fate is not in the stars but within ourselves. We must awaken the dormant fate residing within us through our strengths, hard work, and skills. All candidates writing the main R.A.S. exam are nearly at the same level. Their mental capacities are approximately equal, but how each candidate shapes determines their success. This is also reflected in the couplet by Kabir. Iron is the same. It is in the forging that the difference lies. What becomes of it depends on how it is shaped, like an armor and sword are made of the same iron. It ultimately depends on each candidate's skill and proficiency in how they mold themselves. If they work hard with the requirements of the RS exam in mind, success will come closer to them. Otherwise, success will remain a mere mirage for them.